You know who it is, everybody. I'm back once again with another hair tutorial. Today I'm showing you how I achieve these kinky curly boho braids using hair from QVR. So as you guys know, I have recently locked my hair, so this is a bit of a challenge for me, but I think I kind of figured it out. I will say that you all will get a different look by using all kinky curly hair. If you want more sleek, straight braids, then you would probably need to buy maybe a synthetic hair to give you more of a smooth braid. But with this curl of hair, you're definitely going to get more of a butterfly braid effect. For this style, I use QVR's Kinky Curly Bulk Hair, and this is in color P427. And here's a look at how the hair looks fresh out the pack. It's giving chocolate and peanut butter. I love this color, but of course I definitely want to blend it to make it more seamless, give it more of a highlight look. Each bundle has kind of a thin weft at the top. So you'll see there's a little thread at the top just to kind of hold the hair in place, but you can easily pull the hair out of the weft. So with each bundle, I pulled the hair from the wefts and took the entire bundle and just kind of blended the two colors together. And here's how it looks after I've blended it. Now, here is how I started. I am about 4 going on 5 months locked. I'm between retwists, and I think that's the best way to start because I would like for my roots to be as malleable as possible. But that does mean that I had to make sure I went through and separated each lock as I went and made sure my parts are decent. Of course, I don't have super perfect parting. I opted for kind of a free parting situation, so that's what I have to work with. But I'm not mad about it because I just like the look of that. So here I am separating my hair into 3 sections, so 2 in the front, 1 in the back. I'm starting in the front because, and I've said this in a past video, I just feel like it's better for me to start in the front because, for one, I can see what I'm doing, so it's easier for me to get that practice in with those first few braids. Also, I know once I'm done the front, or once I've started a good ways in the front, I'm pretty much locked in, like I have to finish a style. So if I start in the back, it's easier to be like, I don't want to do this anymore. But with the front, I can really see what I'm doing, how the style is looking, and adjust accordingly before I move on to working in the back, which is harder. In order to separate each of my locks, I did add a little water. This is water mixed with a tiny bit of jojoba oil. And I'm just using that to make it easier to separate the locks without ripping my hair. And then we're going to fast forward because I had to practice a few times to really figure out what method I'm going to use. Separated my lock out and clipped everything out of the way. And with each piece of hair that I use, I try to kind of taper the top because the top is going to be kind of straight, as you can see. So I try to like kind of stretch it and taper it so it's not so blunt. And my hope was that it would help prevent those pieces from sticking out of the braids. Ultimately, it did not, but I would like to think it made it a little better. But yeah, the hair is still stuck out of the braids, but we're just going to clip that later. So I'm crossing 2 separate pieces like so, and then I'm going to begin braiding. I'm using my lock as the 3rd strand of the braid, and I'm braiding from up under the braid. In my mind, this will make the knot a little less noticeable. And as you can see, I don't have the best grip game when it comes to the braids, so it helps that I'm able to kind of pull the hair up my lock to make sure it's nice and tight at the root. And once I get about 1/2 inch to 1 inch away from my head, I'm gonna add my first loose piece of bulk hair. So I'm putting the straight end inside the braid, putting the rest in my mouth. And then I'm just gonna continue braiding. And a little ways from there, I'm going to do it again. And as I get towards the end of my lock, you'll see I'm adding another strand to my lock because my lock is ending. So obviously I'm going to need a third piece of hair there to continue the braid. And once I'm past my lock, I take a small strand of one of the 3 pieces, like a small strand, and I just tie a knot around the braid. For whatever reason, I didn't think to record that, so unfortunately you're not going to see that here. But I basically just take a really small strand of hair, wrap around my fingers and around the braid, and then just pull it through the loop that's created to tie the braid off. All right, so once you're done the braids, of course we want to define these curls. So I am adding mousse. In this case, I'm using Lotta Body because it's what I had. So I'm going to add that to give the curls some definition. There's a blonde hair sticking straight up on the top of my head, and it's really annoying me, but don't worry because I'm going to clip that. Those are the little strands of hair that you're going to have to go through and clip. Honestly, I didn't go braid by braid. You can do that, but I already know pretty much the styles that I'm going to wear with this hair, so I don't really think that's necessary. I'm just cutting what is like sticking out very obviously from my view. And here's our finished look. Thank you for tuning into this video. If you found it helpful, make sure you give me a thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section below. And if you haven't already, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you don't miss my next video. Until then, peace.